Hey there, YouTube land. Today we're going to look at a Mitchell reel that we haven't looked at before. This is the Mitchell 408. It's an ultralight reel meant for trout and panfish fishing. It takes 4, 6, and 8 pound line, 300 yards of 4 pound line, 200 yards of 6 pound line, and 150 yards of 8 pound line. It's a very nice reel, and if you want to use an older reel for mainly trout and panfish, this is one of the ones to go with. Either this, the Mitchell 308, which is the slower version of this, or a Mitchell 304 or 314. I have ordered a 304, and when I get it, I will try to make a video about that. It's a very unique looking reel. But back to this one. This one belonged to my great-grandfather, and I got it from my grandfather. It sat out in his garage, and I kept it up at his camp because I would use it to fish the nearby stream for trout. But recently I went up there and I decided to bring this back and service it now that I know how. It's a very easy reel to get apart. Now I'm not going to completely disassemble it on camera, but it's a 1-screw take apart, and all you really need is a nickel to get the screw out, which is actually kind of what they designed this to be. You just take a nickel, and you can take this side plate off. There it goes. And you can look at your internals. It's got a planetary gear system. Now, one of the things about this that kind of makes it unique, now let me put the side plate back on so hopefully so nothing falls out. Make sure I line this up right. As I was saying, one of the unique things about it is that it doesn't go straight up and down. The spool doesn't. And what I mean, so here's a 300, and this is the same with most spinning reels. As you can see, it goes straight up and down. On a 408, and this is also the same on a 308 and a 306, which is a saltwater. It's kind of a saltwater version of these. Because it has a planetary gear, it doesn't go straight up and down. It goes up, up, down, down, and up, down, down, basically. And the idea behind this is so that way you can wind the line on more evenly. I currently have it spooled up with 4 pound Berkeley Trilene smooth cast line. I've ordered another spool for this just because it's a good thing to have spare spools for Mitchells. That's my advice to any of you that get them. Get some spare spools for them, because you never know when you might need them, or maybe, you know, let's say you're out in the field, you can bring one out. And obviously, like pretty much all your other standard Mitchells, it has the quick change spool where you press the button and it comes off. Then you can put another spool on it. Now, another thing to note about this is it does have a rotor nut, but that's not how you get the rotor off this. If you take this rotor nut off, above the pinion gear there's a bunch of ball bearings. If you pull that nut off, all the ball bearings will fall out and it'll just be a nightmare getting them back in. So, hopefully you'll be able to see this. We get one of my things I use to point with. I'll use these little scissors. So, right in there in the neck, right there, if you could see that, there's a small flathead set screw. That is what you take out if you want to get the rotor off. You take that out, and then your bearings stay together, and you get your rotor off. Like I say, that's the same on a 308 too. These ones aren't too bad to get apart and back together. The only really tricky part is resetting the anti-reverse dog, because you have to line it up. You have to kind of press it against the spring and do some other things. There's videos on that you can find on YouTube. Just type in a Mitchell 308 service, because if you can service a 308, you can do one of these. They're basically built the same. This particular 408 was built in 1977, and I know that because on the foot there's a serial number, which you know is probably kind of hard to see, and it has a letter in front of it. And on the 70s model Mitchells, the first letter in before the numbers is indicates the year it was made. In this case, it's a G, so it was made in 1977. It's a later variant of the ones that were imported by Garcia, kind of in the later years of the company, before I think the Garcia Corporation went bankrupt. Excuse me. Um, yeah, it's a very nice reel, very smooth. It's got brass gears inside, very high quality. You know, a typical auto bail. You know, there's your anti-reverse switch. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about it. It's just a great reel. You know, these are not too easy to find for affordable prices online. So this is probably one of the few Mitchell reels that I don't advise you looking online for, unless you can find something like, you know, a seller that doesn't know what they have, or at least on eBay they go for a lot of money. I'm sure you could find them cheaper on like Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and sites like that, but on eBay these go for quite a bit of money. So if you're going to try to look for one online for a price that won't kill you, I do not recommend looking on eBay. Not to say eBay is a bad website, but if you're looking for one of these, don't look there. I wouldn't. So yeah, that's about all I have to say. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.